What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 42 of my Total Warhammer 3 Nkari / Seducers of Slaanesh campaign. So as we saw last time, with Kislev fallen, the Kislevites are pretty much doomed. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 settlements remaining, and they are surrounded both by Nkari, by little disciple armies, and by Sindancer, who is moving down here. And we'll probably try to get a fight going with Gestalten as soon as we can, manage to make it happen. We can also, in fact, move up Ignavi, who's no longer needed at Sjoktraken, simply because, well, there's nobody to attack at Sjoktraken anymore. Nobody can come in this way. I suppose the dwarves could, in theory, jump over this, bypass this, and then hit Sjoktraken, but let's face it, fairly unlikely. Otherwise, I've done everything that needs to be done between the episodes, at least with regards to the admin stuff, like moving the Villotrescas and building the buildings. So we just need to make sure that we've that we've done everything that we needed to do movement-wise. Now, these armies are unfortunately pretty garbage, and I'm not super into Zemo and the spawn, so I think we're just going to auto-resolve this, and honestly, if they all die, I don't really care. They're not going to be powerful enough for us to... We could take this Quarreler unit, or we could take 2 miners. What would we be... Oh, we can only take 1 unit? Well, then obviously Quarrelers. Yeah, seduce the unit, we have the money, then we'll auto-resolve this, and take some damage, but who cares? And then we will erase this place. There you go. Alright, now you guys, I guess you can move away somewhere. Oh, you actually moved away from... Oh. I think you're dead. Zemo may or may not survive, hard to say, depending on if we can decline the attack. Now, there is a Seep Gore here, which also has kind of trash defenses. Really depends on if you can reach us here. Let's find out. Lurk in the spoiler. Let's have you move March Stance out here. You're going to continuously suffer attrition, but perhaps... wait, let's make sure that you're not going to get hit by this guy. Hopefully these two just, you know, sort of cancel each other out, eh? We'll see. Alrighty, so that's that. Who else needs to move? And Nkari, you're good at least for a while. Zemo, you will possibly auto-move. Oh, Ignavi, you are going to kill this little Saber Mountain location. Maybe we can auto-resolve this too. Yeah, there's no need to fight this. Let's take the Troll Hammer. Oh, no, we can't afford that. Let's take the... can we take Dwarf Warriors with Great Weapons and a regular Dwarf Warrior? No. Can we take a regular Dwarf Warrior and 2 miners? No. Can we take... the Kossovite Dervishes and one of the regular dwarf warriors? No, damn it. Alright, fine. Just take the great weapons and then take a minor unit. There we go. Seduce those and then auto-resolve this.
This is boss.
Yeah, a little bit of damage, but certainly nothing worth fighting. Not at this stage in the game. Let's erase the place. Let's hope that we did not get ourselves a plague for our trouble. And it looks like we did not. Alrighty, Ignavi, get ready to move to Uzkalak. Unfortunately, it looks like you will gain nothing out of March Stance. I don't get why that happens sometimes. Why does it seem like March Stance would help, but then doesn't do anything? Not that it's important, mind you, we'll be able to reach Uzkalak. Oh wait, this is just showing where we could go next turn, isn't it? Actually, are you saying you won't be able to reach Uzkalak in 1 turn? Well, that'll be unfortunate, but if it is gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Now, who here needs to move or do something? I'm not seeing anybody, so I do believe we can skip the rest of this. There's a commandment that would be in Kislev, I'm willing to bet, because we didn't do the commandment here. Alrighty, and... why did I keep this? Casualties captured post-battle, and... do we need you here? Just to recruit Hellflayers? I feel like we don't need you here. I feel like I wanted the extra casualties post-battle for nearby locations, but honestly, I feel like we don't care enough for this. Not at this stage in the game, once again. Let's get you Cavalcade of Dark Desires, because I don't really see the point of anything else, and let's end the turn. Although I suppose we could have slowed them down or done the anti-plague or something like that, but Alright, Zemo, you're going to move out here with your auto-move, and I take it you're going to spawn an army back here as well. But that'll be after the turn. It's really weird how that movement works, though. Alright, let's see what we're looking at. Hopefully oh, there are some remaining Kislevite territories up here, or at least the Tower of Crack. Hopefully this falls without our having to deal with it ourselves. Dreaded Woe, you keep asking for alliances, and we keep saying no. Yeah, you did attack, but can we retreat from you? Yes, we can. Okay, because it was just on the edge of the range of that particular little army. Now, Zemo, you cannot move. You spawned another army as well. Settlement receives plague. Temple of Heimkel. Unfortunate, but what can you do? We could... Medical corruption +6, and... Well, you know what? If it doesn't give us attrition, we don't really care. Technology research spreading perfection. A perfumed dance across the senses, an irresistible trio of desire, submission, and depravity that will cause any soul to welcome Slaanesh into their heart. That sounds just lovely. Folg, don't care about you. Hey, Nkari's got lost that stupid taint of Tzeentch. Whoa! Slaanesh is Ascendant. Oh, that's nice. That's actually very nice. Perhaps with Slaanesh Ascendant, we can do more with our little armies here. Although I don't like how you just keep moving towards us. And would you be able to reach Zemo next turn? It looks like perhaps not. Would you guys be able to reach this territory? Might be on the edge of it. Go here. Once again, we don't care if they all die. We just want to destroy more territories. Ooh, there's a cult here. Delete that. Wait, no, that's at Seepgore, not a correct peak. Delete that. Can buildings still be destroyed if stuff is under siege? I have no idea. Let's encircle this. Valiant defeat, eh? It won't be if we seduce a bunch of units, most likely. Alrighty, now I'm curious. It does look like that can still happen. Villatresca, you will want to try to give a gift to this little army here. If you can succeed. You already have one. You, Volvatrix. Hey, that succeeded, lovely. How far can you move? All the way out here, but that's with March Stand, so you might not be able to reach Zemo. Hard to say. Alright, let's try to move you together with Zemo and we'll see. Maybe we should have just started to move out here, but I'd really like to continue just destroying everything in sight. Also, speaking of, Ignavia, you have to help out with that, so let's move you out here to Uskalak. Might as well just move you out to... Oh, there we go. We can reach it. Beautiful. And there's another Villatresca out here as well. Low-level Villatresca, mind you. Would you be able to kill this? 12% chance versus... 9% chance? Try that. Failure. But hey, you leveled up off of it, so, you know. Not too awful. Specialist, please. Then, Nkari, you can move now, but is there any need for you to do so? Oh, wait, were we supposed to attack you last turn? I don't remember. Not that you matter, you're too weak. Not that anybody here matters. Well, you know what? Nkari needs to heal for at least one more turn, and then he can do stuff afterwards. Wink. Let's get the Cultist Enclave, let's get the Cult of Pleasure, and then let's get the Dance of Dreaming. Do we need the Warpstone Locust? I guess since the last battle, or the final battle, is open to us, we don't really care about the Warpstone Locusts anymore. When finishing the construction, it doesn't remove the rifts that are already there, though, does it? I hope not. Also, wait, we need to build 1, 2, so these will go here, and that'll be it. Yes? Yes, okay, so yeah, we can freely build that. And just ignore, oh, I guess that'll ignore the money a little bit. I guess if we delete the Darkling Grove later. If we want to. Ooh, also we have tech. We still want to go through to the Promise. You know what, just do everything here and go for the Promise. Wait, upkeep minus 2%. Oh, I hadn't seen that that had been added. All right, well, that's nice. Yeah, go for the Promise and ignore everything else, I think. This got fixed, I believe, and now I'm kind of nervous about the idea of actually building, and I'm pretty sure it said that it got fixed. Oh, wow, Invigorating Essence gives us +6 casualty replenishment. Yeah, there's still some good techs left, minus this garbage. Actually, the Pained Feaster is okay. I don't really care about adding the spells. I really feel like these should, like, add spells, but also give minor buffs to the units, like +3 melee attack, +3 melee defense, something like that, you know what I mean? Also, if Nkari can't move, it doesn't mean that Sindancer cannot. Ooh, Sindancer can reach Castelton in 1 turn, which means that should we desire it, we could go for a cinematic battle here. It might be a pretty tough one as well, because there's a garrison here. And your army is kind of bad at assaulting garrisons, which might make for a fun battle. You know what? I'll give that some thought. Let's just see about everybody else or everything else that that we have here. Also got to remember that Slaanesh is Ascendant. Wait, do we want to maybe use one of these things? What do we have here again? Campaign movement range, speed, and a little bit of damage. Seduce units budget plus 150%. Slaanesh corruption plus 12. That does sound swell. We could try that on Sin Dancer. Target army belonging to you in enemy territory. So we could move you like here and then give that to you. Increase your budget. Seduce some units. Once again, mostly because you're a field army. You're reliant completely on your mobility, and you can't really... You don't have a main line, a battle line. So you really are going to have a difficult time dealing with this, I think. And so that's what we'll probably do, but let's just make sure that everybody else has done what they're supposed to do. Now your army is kind of trash. You know what we could do? Let's delete, let's say, 4 of you. And let's build 4. Perfect. Probably should have checked that in advance. Let's build you 4 demonettes. There we go. I mean, this is just a temporary army meant to hold, like, the occasional extra territory, but, you know, might as well have a few extra units in there so it can do something on its own. I'm gonna ignore the Villatrescas for now, because I'd rather move the other units, although the Viditas might require moving. Let's have you assault these units, perhaps. And we should also destroy 4 Dorjni Vort. Do you have a cult? You do not.
A waste of goods.
Right, failure, unfortunately, but perhaps next turn. Next... Oh, damn. Damn all those extra units or all those extra heroes. Alright, Ignavia. Hey, we're at 7,000. Very nice. Ignavia, we'll ignore you because you're cultist armies. Sin Dancer will probably give you a bunch of points in a few seconds. It's just you and Nkari can move. Alright, so let's do this. First, we will build whatever needs to be built. Novkazi, let's start with the dyes, and let's go for the Fog of a Revelation. Then Cursed City. Let's build you. And let's get you those demonic lurkers. Lovely. Eternal Lagoon. I think the rest of the stuff is good. Ooh, only one more turn until we have the Pandemonium built. Well, that's perfect. Alright, and I think everything else is just a waste of cash at this point. Not that we need the cash, mind you, but who knows? There may be somebody else that we could vassalize at some point just by paying them a ton of cash. 25.6 Kazag and Dreaded Woe, yeah, we don't really care about those. You're technically not vassalizable, but if we were to, for example, give you... Wait. If we were, for example, to give you a settlement, like, I don't know, Dajin, doesn't really matter. 49, 55, 54, okay, so like Dajin... And then we pay you all of our money. Would you... How close would this be? 39, not close enough. We probably need, like, 500,000 gold for that to work. Damn, that's a little bit unfortunate. How much do you want for these settlements, incidentally? Castle Alexandria, 44? Wow, okay. You don't want to do that, even though we have the entire province, and minus 95.1. Okay, well, we ain't getting those settlements. Ooh, while we're here in this screen, let's double-check war coordination. I clicked away from the screen. War coordination. Actually, it's better to check it this way. Aha, Bjornling. You have a mission for us, and you're the only one. Man, look at all these vassals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't remember ever having this many vassals on in any other campaign, interestingly, but it's not surprising that Nkari managed this. What is surprising is that Nkari managed this without any, really, of the factions that Nkari is supposed to be super influential against, because they're not in the game until Immortal Empires, like elves and stuff. So I do find that kind of interesting. Anyway, ally missions, you want us to kill Arndt Solman, who is a little bit too far from us. Gradnar. You will probably die. Alright, let's accept this mission. I accepted that, right? Yes. Alright, lovely. And since there's no buildings left to build, let's go for a cinematic battle with a use and answer. Let's just make sure that we give you your buffs. You still need to head towards Relentless Advance, or not Relentless Advance, Renowned and Feared, but let's get Frenzied Revelry. We should probably still move through this tree just to get you several types of buffs. Now, you're on a mount, right? Not a chariot? Yes, okay. Now, you don't have items. We could probably give you some garbage items to, like, tide you over until we we could give you some better stuff, or until we find some better stuff, which we clearly don't have. Yeah, you could use like an armor of silver and steel or something to increase your armor. No, you guys could use armor of silver and steel to increase your armor, or some equivalent. Also, we're at 4, so we could get slicing shards if we wanted. You know what, let's do this. Let's go for Pavane. 2 points, evasion, and then slicing shards, and I guess we'll go Pavane on you as well. Not that we're very likely to use Pavane. The problem with Pavane is that at 16 point cost, for 1 unit, at 63 to 125 damage, or 19 when overcast, why would we do that instead of spending the massive amount of damage that we could get out of slicing shards? You know what I mean? Like, does anybody have a use case for this, where this would be worth it as compared to slicing shards into a massive blob of enemies? I suppose if you're facing like small amounts of elite units, then yes, as in they're not blobbing up, but generally speaking, you'll probably get more mileage out of slicing shards. Honestly, if 2 units are together, I'm willing to bet that slicing shards is still going to dish out more damage, though I could be wrong. I'm not going to bother trying to do the math. Now, before we attack, yeah, let's give you guys some armor, shall we? You have Firestorm Blade, because I don't remember why. We could give you the Eternal Blade. Who else is going to use it? I'm actually curious, what is... wait, this is Helmrip, right? No, it's Ignavia. You're using Obsidian Blade for the extra weapon damage. The Eternal Blade gives you melee attack, and also weapon damage. But not armor-piercing weapon. You know what, you hold on to the Eternal Blade for now, and we'll see. If we have to swap it out, we'll swap it out, for whatever reason. And that's all for the blue items that we got. Oh, there is an armor of silver and steel here. You know what, let's give it to you. Let's give it to you rather than the other heroes, because, you know, you're kind of in a bad situation with regards to your potential for dying. Scipio has a potion of healing, which we could steal if we wanted to. I'm gonna let it go for now. You have a Crown of Command and a Trickster's Shard. You know what? Let's take away your Trickster's Shard. Let's replace it with a Power Stone. I really dislike the Crown of Command, but do we have anything better? Give you an Iron Curse icon, I guess. Fine, take the Iron Curse icon. Yeah, we just don't have enough good stuff here. And do we have any talismans? We don't even have any. Well, as unfortunate as that is, we don't have much of a choice. Now, you have Seduce Cost Reduction. Do we have a Dominatrix? And you do not have a Dominatrix in here. For armies, for Disciple armies. Oh, we could also possibly give you some banners. Wailing Banner is not going to be too valuable. Oh, and I wanted to give the Banner of Unholy Victory to perhaps Nkari, but you know what? Maybe. Maybe. Like, you have Slaanesh Corruption, you have Musician, Mutant, no need. Master Painter, you don't have Marauders, so you don't need that. Cult Treasure are useless to you. So yeah, let's give you the Banner of Unholy Victory. Then let us give you... Banner of Swiftness, Lichbone Pennant. Interestingly enough, Lichbone Pennant might actually be kind of helpful. But nah, then again, it's wasted because it's magical attacks, and we don't really care about that. Agent of Temptation, take that. Ooh, wait, we have it on Ignavia. Yeah, okay, we have it on whoever needs it. Courtesan is control, so we don't need that. Cult Treasure, we took away. Oh, we're out of Dominatrixes. That's why. Helmrip does have one, but Helmrip does spawn these armies. We need to win another one of these. Won a battle against the human army. Well, let's try to do that right now. All right, and I believe that's it for you. Okay. And wait, why did I? Huh? Was there a reason I took away your enchanted icon or Iron Curse icon? Must have been a misclick. My bad. All right, you're going in like this. You guys. All right, let's just give you some garbage items that you can reach, like for example, Scroll of Blast. We have 2 Scrolls of Blast, we can each give you 1. And let's give you each a Shield of Talos. Oh, we could also give you a Trickster Shard instead of the Scroll of Blast. What's the likelihood the enemy has casters? It does reduce miscast chance, but not a big deal. Sword of Anti-Heroes and Firestorm Blade, yeah, fine. Let's do that. Firestorm Blade for you. And... Sword of Anti-Heroes for you. And the same sort of stuff. Shield of Talos. And Enchanted Shield. There you go. Wait. that's the wrong thing. I meant to give you the Scroll of Blast and the Shield of Talos, and for you to keep the weapon, Sword of Anti-Heroes. Okay. Ancillaries. Are there any ancillaries that are useful for these guys? I don't think there are. Just call treasurers and courtesans and stuff. I don't really care about any of that. Alright, fine. Stay as you are. And then lastly, you. I can't believe we never gave these guys items. Magic items. Let's go Enchanted Shield. Shrieking Blade because you don't... Oh, wait. There's something that'll give you magic damage? Huh. If we were to put to like a banner on you, we could do that. Potential for it. Yeah, maybe that's what we'll do. Alright, you, Ogre Blade. And then we don't have any talismans, and I don't think we have any enchanted items to give you anyway. Unless you had a free Crown of Command, which I guess you can take. Not that it's much use of to anybody. Alrighty, then you're gonna take the Lichbone Pennant as well. That's an ancillary. And it should be in here somewhere. There we go. Lichbone Pennant. Alright, we'll give that to our cultist. Then we'll move you into enemy territory right here. We'll pop an Unholy Manifestation on you, and we'll have a nice cinematic battle. Alright, so Infernal Martyrdom for you. Good. That doesn't take our movement points, I take it. And let's see how many units you can seduce. Exciting times. Alrighty, our budget is 7,000. Ooh, that's very, very nice. Let's get the base weapon damage on you. Let's get the Lichbone Pennant on you. And then let's see what we want to seduce. We could take 3 Streltsy units. Kind of tempted to take their Ice Guard. We could also take their... Oh, we have to go with 4 units, eh? Ice Guard are very, very nice. You know, let's take the Ice Guard. Then we could take 2 Streltsy, and I think that's it, unless there's a cheap unit that we could get. I don't think there is. Alternatively, we could take 1 Streltsy and 2 Kossars, if we wanted to. The Streltsy would have a lot tougher time. You know what? Maybe that's actually the better option, because the Streltsy have a tough time firing through particular locations, and these guys, not so much. And now they basically only have 1 indirect fire unit, which we could destroy with ours. Yeah, I like that. Alright, seduce those units. There we go. Valiant defeat, eh? Well, that sounds interesting to me. Let's take it to him with a cinematic battle. Go.
Rejoice, for we will harvest countless souls for our perfect race.
Alrighty. Ooh, wait, is this the first time? I don't think this is the first time we've seduced Streltsy, but we haven't been seducing a lot of Ice Guard. And the Ice Guard actually look quite nice in the Slaaneshi colors. Yeah, I'm really digging this. That was pretty good. Yeah, that works. Alrighty, so now, because as I said, this is a weird army, as in ours is a weird army in the sense that it's not really made for these types of battles. It's created for field battles only, and that's why it has, well, it has no front line. It just has a bunch of mobile units that aren't meant to continuously fight, which makes it absolutely atrocious at siege battles. Thus, we've separated our force into lots and lots of little tiny forces to try to attack from pretty much every direction that we can within the enemy settlement, rather than what we usually do, which is maybe 1 or 2 of these locations and then just break through, because we can't do that here. The ranged units are all blobbed up, and they're going to move here and try to bombard as many of the enemy as possible, simply because, well, we can, and they don't have as many ranged units as they would like to, mostly Streltsy, which wouldn't be able to fire back most of the time. Otherwise, it's just a matter of trying to move in, isolating individual enemy units, and destroying them. We're going to start the battle up by moving in our Burning Chariots and have them try to do at least a little bit of damage to the enemy Zargard, though it looks like the accuracy certainly leaves something to be desired, which is unfortunate. And it's unfortunate because the Burning Chariots have very little in the way of ammunition. I don't know how many times they can fire, but it's not a lot. It's got to be like 10 times or something like that. So every single miss of an attack is a huge, huge loss in their potential DPS. So try a little bit harder. Let's see the next shot come in, shall we? There we go, those ones were a little bit better. In fact, after those two, how much damage did we do? Zargard are down to 69 units, nice, but yeah, not taking a lot of damage. Once again, these are supposed to be using those shots on units like, you know, Kastalton or something, but they're so fragile. If we were to float them in here, they just get killed by Streltsy or even by War Sleds pretty much instantly, so we can't do that. Otherwise, we got more units, and they're going to trundle in through the enemy Zargard, and then they're just going to move into the city, once again try to isolate the units. Speaking of isolating units, the first enemy Zargard unit got caught by 2 of our units of Hellflayers, as well as 2 units of Fiends of Slaanesh, and then they got hit in the back by our Furies, and this one at the very least should get ripped apart without too much trouble. It's a dropping, it's already down to 25% HP, and it should be dead. We will of course then have to move on as more units are coming in. We'll have to watch out for that, and it's not like our Burning Chariots are going to be able to do too much. Yeah, that shot killed 1 Zargard. Yeah, that's pretty pathetic. That's pretty pathetic. I really got to make sure to use those against larger targets. Even if they're kind of hard to find. Oh, well, there we go. There's another Zargard unit, but we'll just push through with our Hellflayers and once again hit them in the back with our Flyers if we can. Shouldn't be too much trouble. Ooh, and these guys are actually the longsword type, or the greatsword type rather. So they are not going to be as tanky either. And down drop the Furies among them. At the very least, the Furies are nice in terms of being damage dealers, and we're going to get even a little bit more help from the other Hellflayer that pushed through this side and is now going to hit these Zargard in the back. So that's the second unit destroyed, and no losses for us thus far. Pretty good in that regard, though I guess almost all of our ammunition... Oh, there we go. Actually, all of our ammunition is gone from both chariots, and they've almost managed to destroy 1 Zargard unit, although that was also awful. And now they'll have to go into melee and do what they can, I suppose. Alrighty. Well, it looks like the enemy's going to charge in with some winged lancers, but more and more units of ours are moving in. We've got these guys pushing through from the from this particular location, which is no longer defended, and thus more Hellflayer is going to move through the enemy ranged units as well as the enemy Zargard. You gotta love watching the Hellflayers go to work, knocking so many units over. And then right on top of the Hellflayers come in the Fiends of Slaanesh, who are gonna hit the enemy, apply their soporific musk, and coming right back around. Ooh, but enemy War Sleds are gonna come in, and in a one-on-one, I'm willing to bet that the War Sleds would be able to destroy Hellflayers fairly easily, so gotta be careful there. Plus, they're shooting them the entire time they're fighting. Looks like we actually managed to take a little bit of damage on one of our Furies units, though not a lot of models have dropped. I would imagine the charge of the Winged Lancers helped out with that. Fortunately, we were able to counter that with our own flying units, and the Screamers came in to scream the enemy into submission, who are now trying to run away. And there we go, and as soon as they're running away, we can help by charging their other allies, though we're also going to get countered by even more War Sleds. Nice little battle going on in the center here. In the meantime, let's see what else is going on. We had another unit of Fiends of Slaanesh charge through as soon as nobody was guarding this location. Our range units have been killing, and it seems like they've been managing to kill at least 1 Zargard unit, and are now going to focus down this unit of Kossars by firing over the buildings, which is very much appropriate. It's so nice to have some ranged units in the Slaaneshi army, isn't it? There we go. Those armored Kossars are not going to be around for long. Looks like Kastalton's actually going to move in, and he's going to charge our Streltsy, and we are then going to countercharge him with our Cultist as well as Sindancer herself, so they can try to do something there. Alrighty, and it looks like those Kossars are just about gone. While all this is happening, the other 2 Alluruses, the 2 Alluruses, because our Herald isn't technically one, I guess. I mean, it is, but it isn't. They have charged through and are going to attack these Streltsy, while we are going to separate these units. We're going to use Lashes of Slaanesh repeatedly on these guys who haven't reacted as yet. Nice little lash. And then we'll engage them and prevent them from firing into the Fiends. pretty much immediately. Though a single unit of Fiends and an Allurus shouldn't have too much trouble killing one of these units. Now, let's check back on what's going on in the center over here. Still kind of chaotic, and we've actually lost or taken some damage now. I think, and I don't know if this has happened yet, but at one point, one of our units of Fiends actually got trapped in here, and I don't know if I missed it, but it went down to 9 units, but then it took enough damage that it lost its leadership, and then it died, it dissipated, or it got banished. Ooh, look at the Screamers bringing down all those Winged Lancers, very nice. Alright, Screamers doing work this time, good job, Screamers. But yeah, I think the one thing I regret here is not leaving one of the Alluruses on this side so that they could provide the leadership bonus to this portion of the army. That's definitely something I sometimes tend to neglect, or overlook the leadership bonus, rather, which might have helped that unit of Fiends survive. Though I'm not completely sure about it. Now, these guys have broken through, and it looks like the enemy balance of power has dropped considerably. The enemy troop count down, or reduced by about 3.5 times, whereas we've lost less than 100 units ourselves, and they've lost 1,000, so that's pretty nice as well. Now, there's a unit of Winged Lancers and a unit of Zargard, which gave chase to this Fiend unit, and then it seems got trapped around this little corner of the wall here, which is pretty bad for them, because they're now going to get surrounded completely by a bunch of Screamers and a bunch of Fiends, and they're all gonna die. Gotta get revenge though for that one Fiend unit that got trapped. And yeah, see, if we had a caster here, a Lash of Slaanesh right in here would have crippled both of these units as well. So definitely gotta be a little bit more careful where to send heroes. Just spread them out a little bit more rather than keeping them together like I did. Well, I guess I'm still learning with how to use this army, because, you know, it's a stupid army. The things I do just to get a little bit of variety, yeah, we definitely need a few more different unit types within the demonic unit rosters, as in just to be able to build more different armies. Otherwise, every single Slaaneshi army is a little bit too samey. You know what I mean? Fiend's coming in. I'm gonna help with Kastalton and his little pet patriarch over here. Wow, look at those Slaaneshi Ice Guard. They look right at home fighting alongside those Fiends. I really like it. And there we go. I do believe now that Kastalton is trying to run out of this and is not smacking people anymore. Oh, actually, no, he just smacked somebody. But I think that the chain route is, in fact, here. He's in By Our Blood. We'll be done in a few seconds. Might as well watch him, because all the other units are pretty much dead, and there we are, a close victory considering the amount of damage we took on a few units. Not really that surprising, but on the other hand, considering this is a very, very difficult setup for this type of army, I think we did reasonably well. Let's see what the damage actually was, though, and then let's maybe think about how we want to change up this army. Not that it really matters in the last couple of episodes, but just as a thought experiment, if nothing else. Alrighty, well that went okay. Unfortunately, we did lose one of the Fiends that got trapped, but once again, this army was built for fun, and the actual army composition doesn't make sense and clearly needs adjustment. Obviously, once again, Fiends are not supposed to be part of the main battle line. I'm kind of once again disappointed with the performance of the Burning Chariots, though the Flyer certainly helped out this time fairly well. But look at this. The Ice Guard did 10k damage and 7k damage on the Streltsy. Those units look like one of the top performing units, and they were just seduced units from the enemy. They even outdid the Chariots. They outdid basically everybody. I think the best unit on the field was this one unit of Fiends. Actually, several of the units of Fiends did well, but otherwise it's the Ice Guard and the Streltsy. Yeah, it makes me think that perhaps we want to replace... I think we'll keep the Screamers because they did okay, but I'm feeling like we want to replace the Burning Chariots. And I know they're good against large targets and all that sort of thing, but how many of those are we really going to run into here? especially here. Yeah, the enemy will probably get the occasional elemental bear, but then we could probably just surround it with fiends in that situation. And especially if we were to build a few anchors, that would also solve the problem. Anyway, let's we'll rebuild that fiend unit. We will occupy this place. We need to sit here for a turn or two. Exalted Secret Chariot. I gotta remember. Oh, you got a Dominatrix. Ironic. I was just talking about that. Who are we gonna switch out? Slaanesh Zealot. Alright, Ancillaries, a Dominatrix. Lovely. Alright, well that's perfect. You got the defeated Kistalton trait, which is frankly kind of useless, but all good. Let's get that Fog of Revelation. You can keep the Eternal Mirror here, otherwise the growth is going to be too slow. We could also probably close down this Rift, because it's not really doing anything to us. And on top of that... Oh, you're global recruiting over there, aren't you, Helmrip? We want a Fiend up. And if we get rid of the Burning Chariots... What would we replace them with in this particular army? It really does need to be something that can tank, but is also quick enough, but is also not identical to our other armies. Let's see. A Legion of Chaos, Gorebeast Chariots. No, I don't think so. I don't want more Soul Grinders, because we could always do that anyway. Man, a single unit of Skull Crushers costs 52. That's crazy. Don't want more mammoths because we have them on the other army. You get a couple beasts of Nurgle instead, but what does that really give us? Not much, in my opinion. And I think that's it. Our choices are pretty limited. What the heck do we use to tank then? We get a couple of Chaos Knights of Tzeentch. She'll probably be more tanky than the Fiends, but not so much more so that they'll be able to act as a anchoring point or main battle line. You know what? I'll give this some thought with regards to what we can do about this army. Also, it's once again, the performance of this army is always going to be trash in a settlement combat because, well, you know, that's the way we designed it. Also, I think we want to cancel one of these, unfortunately, mostly because I don't want to wait 4 turns getting that one Fiend unit back up. Although you could absolutely operate with 5 Fiends. Oh man, 4 turns is still... That's still pretty crazy. Do we want to sit here for 4 turns? We don't want to sit here for 4 turns. Is there something we could make quick? How much do Hellflayers cost in 4 turns? Damn it. Oh, wait. Did we already delete the stuff in Kislev? Yes, we did. Damn, I was hoping to rebuild that there. Oh, man. Okay, well, I guess you could get a Marauder then. And at least you can move out next turn. Yeah. Damn that one unit of Fiends for getting trapped. I blame the unit and not myself. I completely blame myself. Oh well. Oh well. It's, once again, it's not like we really care about this army. Maybe a couple of Nurglite Soul Grinders just for a little bit of ranged firepower, because clearly this army needs it. And then they could act as anchors, but, well, that would help siege these things. Man, a unit of rocket artillery would really hit the spot for softening up targets like this, which we could do if we seduced one of the human factions, just that all of our, you know, allies would hate us for doing so. Anyway, unfortunately with that, we're out of time, and I am going to have to call this episode next time. After we end the turn, Nkari is going to be maxed out in terms of heal, so we'll probably be heading into the Rift for the final battle, as soon as we finish the Pandemornium as well. And then I guess after that, we will continue just long enough to apocalypse the Cathaeans. Which would still take a decent amount of turns. I'm willing to bet still at least 10 turns to do that. The thing is, there's still a lot of territories that don't have cults on them. Ooh, although Slaanesh is currently Ascendant. So if we were to... If we were to use this, we might want to do the Cult Uprising while Slaanesh remains Ascendant. How long is Slaanesh Ascendant for? 10 turns, okay. If we could get the apocalypse going within 10 turns, that would be quite swell. Alright, well, we'll try to figure that out, and we'll try to make it happen. We might be a few cult locations short, I will admit, but we'll we'll get a decent amount of them going. At the very least, it'll hopefully harm Cathay so much that they will not really be able to recover after that. And oh, look, they've lost a settlement to stealing from our allies there. That's nice as well, though they're likely to lose it back immediately from this guy. Anyway, as I said, calling it, stay tuned for at least a little bit more Nkari. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.